Class, good afternoon. This is a Grignard reaction, and you know Grignard reactions, everything has to be dry. Everything has to be dry. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make two drying tubes for our apparatus. We're going to make two drying tubes for our apparatus. And we're going to use anhydrase calcium chloride as the mesh. That's the mesh. So what you're going to do, you take just a little bit of cotton, and these are stoppers, and put a little bit of cotton in each stopper. Voila. A little bit of more cotton here. Not a lot, just enough to stop the calcium carbonate pellets from coming through. Okay. All right. A little bit more. And a little bit more. Alright, so the caps, we place copper in there so air can get through. Now, one of the tubes, we're going to put the cap on, and then with a funnel, we'll add the calcium carbonate. Keep an eye on it, maybe just a little bit more. Oops, end up a little too much. And then you're going to cap it again, and you just created one drying tube where the air can flow in and out, but as the air flows in and out, it'll be dry air because the anhydrous calcium carbonate will take the moisture out of the air. We'll do the second one. Perfect. Cap on, make sure it's snug. Make sure it's snug. So now we've made two drying tubes of anhydrous calcium chloride. They have to be the pellets. Why do they have to be the pellets? Because the air's got to be moved in and out. If it was powder, air movement couldn't go back and forth. So that's the first part of the Grignard experiment. The next step, if you're going to assemble the reaction, we're going to assemble the reaction apparatus. Remember, Grignard, dry. Glassware was cleaned the day before, put in a drying oven at 120 degrees for 24 hours. It's still warm. While it's still warm, we're going to do this. The first step is always check the transformer, plug in the heating mantle to the transformer, check to see if it worked. I already did that, everything works fine. Okay, so I assemble a 3-inch ring stand, clamp it about 10 inches above the plane of the bench, tighten it there. Now I want to kind of assemble this while it's still warm. I want to kind of a flask clamp. I'm going to grab a 100 milliliter round bottom flask, and I'll clamp it, Put it on the ring stand. Put it on the ring stand. Now, the West condenser, we're going to have two hoses. The bottom hose will be the short hose, and then the top hose, or the hose close to the male end, will be the short hose. and then the longer holes will be at the female end here. The glass joint, so I'm going to have to grease the nail in a little, not a lot. Grease the nail in a little. Okay. I'll put it in. But before I do that, once I seal all the apparatus up, I don't want to open it up again. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to add the magnesium turnings and the grain of iodine. I'm going to add the magnesium turning and the grain of iodine. So I'm going to grab it. 0.7 grams of magnesium turning and 1 gram of 1 grain, sorry, 1 gram of iodine. Get it all in there. Now, I notice it's not all in there. So, what will I do? I will add some of the ether now, just to get some of the grains in, there. Okay? No, didn't get back. Okay, so I've added the magnesium. Still not. I have greased the West condensing tube. Okay, make sure it fits in. Now, this isn't how it goes though. The next thing that goes in, I've greased the West condensing tube. Now, the placer head, I'm going to grease that. Now, I'll put the West condensing tube in there. Like so. Then I'll put 125 milliliter flask in there. First I gotta reassemble this. Remember, Teflon stopper, Teflon washer, rubber gasket, nut. Make sure it's perpendicular, it's turned off. We're going to give this a little grease. Okay. And then the last two things that come in is you dry part of the thermometer adapter. I'm going to have the rubber part. Grease it. Put it in the thermometer adapter. Do it again. Assemble the thermometer adapter. Place it. Now, this is the Grignard apparatus. Now, I see that I made a mistake. I can lower this. This is too high up in the instructions, so I can lower this a little. Okay. Now I'm going to have to support this with a 3-finger clamp. I'm going to have to support this with a 3-finger clamp. So I'll take my 3-finger clamp. Okay. There you go. So I have to open it up. Alright, now I'm going to take 2 cup clips. I'm going to take 2 cup clips and put them here. And put them here. These hoses are going to be connected to the, right, the bottom one will be connected to the water intake, and the top hose will be laid in the trough. Now, you want to be able pick it up and move it around like this. It's going to be nice and sturdy. We should be able to pick it up and move it around like this. Next, I will hook up the water and bring it to the lab bench and the bromobenzene and ethanol, and hopefully we'll get the Grignard reaction going. And another thing that I forgot is, when we start the Grignard reaction, you may need heat, but also may need ice. Grignard reaction can go so fast, you gotta put ice under it. So, get the ice ready before you start the reaction. The heat's ready, ice ready before you start the reaction. For my camera work, I see that I cut off part of the view. So, this is the whole view here. Right, reaction happens here. You're using ether as a solvent. Well, you know, an ether is like, it boils at a low temperature, so it's going to come up. It's going to hit the cool water here. It's going to go back down. It's going to hit the cool water here. It's going to go back down. And that's how your reaction keeps going. You have the 2 drying tubes. The drying tubes allow air or pressure to come in and out, but it's going to be dry air. Why is it going to be dry air? Because the calcium carbonate and anhydrous will take the water out of the air. So any air that comes in will be dry, and you want that for the Grignard reaction. And this is how you're going to add material. This is how you add material. Okay. That's the setup. Let's move to the back. Alright, so what do I have here? With my apparatus set up. I have an ice bath in case I need it. I have my heating source in case I need it. I've attached the water. Turn on the water very slowly. Remember, you turn it on what? 1/8 of a turn, wait. 1/8 of a turn, wait. 1/8 of a turn, wait. Alright. Intake, bottom, outtake, top, into the trough. I have my magnesium and my iodine here. So what am I going to do? The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the bromobenzene. 3 mils of bromobenzene. Put a funnel in there. 3 mils of bromobenzene. Right. Then I'm going to add 15 milliliters of diethyl ether. 15 milliliters of the diethyl ether. Place the drying tube. Place the drying tube. I'm going to swirl it a little to mix this up top. And now I'm going to add half. They say to add half. So now I will add half. That's about half. Then I'm going to start swirling. I'm going to start swirling. After a while, it'll change colors, and it'll start boiling on its own. It'll start boiling on its own. When you lose the color, you know, just the reaction's beginning. The reaction's beginning. You want to keep mixing though, keep mixing. Hey, what? So now, I'm going